Hello viewers, so let's get started by knowing the meaning of work. So work is settling the earth and extracting its resources and wealth to generate the man's livelihood and establishing his life. Since the first day of life, human beings have been trying to get their strength and provide the necessities of life, but animals also have to work with their innate intelligence on the way to life, and you can see that they are constantly struggling to learn their strength. If we look at the ant, which is the smallest animal, so the ant takes care of its sustenance and transfers a grain of wheat to its anvil and stores the treasury and gathers the grain in the summer for the winter. Also, God is essential to all living things and reptiles. He has inspired effort so that the wheel of life and the system for creation should be allowed, and if this was not so, the divine inspiration and this perception was not so, the system and works of civilization, progress, national movements would not have been created. God created blessings on earth, and under it He commanded mankind to strive to achieve it in the Quran. He says, "Spread across the earth and eat from the God's sustenance." Economics have said, if the earth is left to its own devices, it will dry up and there will be no profit and production from it. Work in terms of word. Work in the word means occupation, and sometimes it also comes in the meaning of verb. So the work is not attributed to God. And every act that is issued by the will of animal is work. On the contrary, the meaning of work is more limited than the meaning of verb, because the verb sometimes refers to animals which is issued involuntarily, but it has rarely been said that work or action is attributed to them. For example, it is said that only about camels and cows, but the most are said. The work is the movement of whole body or part of it, and sometimes heart and inner movements are also called work, and work is more proportional to physical activities. Second, work in terms of economics. We have to look and talk about the definition of work and its types in economics. It has been said to talk because it has a lot to do with our purpose, and some people have defined it like this: every effort that a person makes on purpose, when he tries, he feels uncomfortable, and what he means produce things that directly or indirectly meets his needs. So it's clear that work in economics has 3 points. First, the work is a struggle and effort that comes from free will. And also the work causes pain and discomfort to the worker. It was meant to produce wealth. Let's explain more this in 3 ways. First, the efforts should be based on intention and will, not in a natural instinct. According to this, constant effort of an ant is to gather its strength, and effort of the spider to build its nest. In terms of economy, it's not called because this creature work on an innate instinct without will and intention. And secondly, that work without actions that are different from humans, because when a person breathes, there is a movement in his organs. It turns out that the body spends part of its effort on movements, as well as the activity of digestive system and other physiological activities that are performed without an thought. Therefore, it should be done with thought and will. The second point is, the work should cause discomfort and hardship to the worker, and this sufferings and discomfort is sometimes material and sometimes literary. And recent economics have made a distinction between two of them. For example, Material sufferings and discomfort is physical fatigue and nervous effort that a person feels while working. In the workplace, the worker performs a series of muscular effort and makes certain and regular movements during the working hours, and sometimes needs to change the place, and all this causes him physical fatigue as he sometimes performs special tasks such as taking care of tools and components with which he works, and this type of work also causes fatigue and muscle strain. These are material sufferings and discomfort, but the literary discomfort and suffering is that a person is forced to work. So the person who uses his personal car for the purpose of sightseeing will never feel pain and discomfort like a taxi driver, because driving is a job, but sometimes someone who drives his car for fun and sightseeing is not considered work and an occupation, but sightseeing and entertainment. A group of economic scholars have not included hardship and pain in the nature of work, but they have not recognized some actions. The actions with ease and joy, such as the work of inventor in honor of fine arts, but their statement is not acceptable and is against concise, because no matter what, it causes sufferings and hardships. The third point is that the meaning of wealth production work is meaningful. Any work that is aimed at this goal is not work from the point of view of economics. For example, someone who spends his free time gardening and planting trees in his garden and does not mean to generate wealth. Economics does not call his work hard. So this is not called work. But if he does the same work for the profit and gain, for example, if he sells trees from the point of economics, this action is called work, because it means selling the trees and consuming its price is based on your needs. And one of the vital and one of the essential efforts of work is its productiveness.